Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got Game 3 of the 1909 World Series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and Detroit Tigers. And the Pittsburgh Pirates lead this series 2-0. And it's not a do-or-die game for the Tigers, but they sure don't want to get down 3-0 to them. So let's take a look at the starting lineup here for game number 3. And we find ourselves in Detroit for this game. So leading off for the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates, Bobby Field is Tommy Leach. Batting third, playing left field is Fred Clark. Batting fourth, playing shortstop is Hornus Wagner. Batting fifth, playing second base is Dots Miller. Batting sixth, playing first base is Bill Opstein. And batting seventh, playing right field is Owen Wilson. Batting sixth, doing the catching is George Gibson. And on the mound and batting ninth for the Pittsburgh Pirates is Nick MADDOX. And for the home team, Detroit Tigers, leading off playing left field, Davy Jones. Batting second, playing shortstop, Donnie Bush. Batting third, playing right field is Ty Cobb. Batting fourth, playing center field is Sam Crawford. Batting fifth, playing second base is Jim Doherty. Batting sixth, playing third base is George Moriarty. Excuse me. Batting seventh, playing first base is Tom Jones. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Boss Smith. And batting ninth, doing the pitching is Ed Summers. Let's get down here to Detroit and get this game started. And Bobby Burns leads off. He's batting $125 in this series. He's 1 for 8. This is Ed Summers' first game of the World Series. And here's the pitch. Full count as we take a look around the park. Beautiful sky. Out number 1 here in the top of the first for the Pirates. And that'll bring up Tommy Leach. He's 0 for 7 in the series. And Tommy lifts that ball in the shallow left field, and that'll be caught down there by Jones. And that'll be 2 outs. Nobody on here for Fred Clark. Clark is back 286 in the series. He's 2 for 7. And here's the wind up and the 0-2 pitch to Clark. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out 2 Pirates. The Pirates go down in order, and it's Pittsburgh nothing. Tigers coming to bat with Jones, Bush, and Cobb. Davy is 1 for 7 with an RBI, batting 143. And this is Nick MADDOX' first appearance of the Warriors. And here's the pitch to Davy Jones. And that ball is hit in the left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And just like that, the Tigers got the leadoff bat. And that'll bring up Donnie Bush, having a heck of a good start to this series. And here's the pitch. Will Davy stay put at first or not? That ball is in there for a strike down there with no throw. So you got a runner in scoring position already with nobody out. For Bush, here's the 2-1 count to him. And that ball is going to be grounded down to second. That'll get the runner over to third. And ahead runs 90 feet away. And only 1 out for Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb struggling in this series, batting $143 with 1 hit and 7 at bats. And here's the pitch to Cobb. 1-2 count on him. And he strikes him out. What a big out that was for MADDOX. Nick now has 2 outs and a runner down at third and could get out of this inning with nobody scoring. And now you got Sam Crawford up. Crawford's batting .571. He's 4 for 7 with a homer and 4 RBIs. He's been trying to carry these Tigers. So he can get a hit here and drive in the first run of the ball game. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Crawford. And that ball is hit well in the right field. And that ball is out of here. But Sam Crawford with his second home run of the World Series gives the Tigers a 2-0 lead. Let's take a look at this and replay. How far did that go into the night? Of course, it should be the day. 476 feet home run, folks. That was a no doubter about it. Crawford is smoking hot here in this series. So he trots around the bases to give the Tigers a 2-0 lead. And that brings up Jim Delaney now. Delaney is 0 for 6 in the series. And here's the pitch to Jim. That's a ground ball down the second. That'll end the inning, but not until Sam nothing lead as we go to the top of the second. We got Hornis, Wagner, Miller, and Opstein due up here. And Hornis is batting .500. He's 3 for 6 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And here's the full count to Hornis Wagner. And he drives that ball down the short. His counterpart fires over. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the second. And brings up Miller. Miller's batting a $120 RBIs. He's 1 for 8. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Miller. And that ball is hit in the right field. That's going to drop in for a 1-out base hit. Miller's aboard here. And that'll bring up Mr. Amstein. And he's batting a $143, Bill is. 1. And here's the 3-1 pitch. And that ball is hit down the short. They'll fire over to second to get the lead runner, but they won't be able to turn 2. So now there's 2 outs and a runner down at first for Owen Wilson. Wilson's batting .333. He's 2 for 6 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And here's the 1-2 pitch to him. And that's hit on the ground the second over to first. That'll end the inning. The Pirates strand 1. We go to the bottom of the second. It's a 2-0 ball game. You got Moriarty, Jones, and Smith due up. And George is 0 for 7 in the series. Looking for his first base hit. Here's the 2-0 pitch to George. And that ball is hit in the right field. It'll drop in for a base hit. So Moriarty's on with a leadoff single, and the Tigers are making some noise here in the bottom of the second. And that'll bring up Tom Jones. And Moriarty down there at first with average speed. He takes off and he's running, and he's going to be in there safely. Another stolen base for these Tigers. They're being aggressive, being down by 2 games. And here is the 2-2 pitch to Jones. And he hits that ball down the second. That'll get the runner over to third. Will the Pirates bring the infield in is the question. And they won't. They're going to give up the run for an out. That brings up Ball Smith batting .286 in the World Series. He does have a stolen base. Here's the 2-0 pitch to the Boss. That's going to be a base hit. It's knocked down out there by Hornus Wagner, but unable to come up with it to make the throw. And the Tigers take a 3-0 lead. And that brings up the pitcher, Ed Summers, his first plate appearance of the series. And the ball's down there at first. Will Ed lay down a bunt and try to get him in scoring position? And he does on the 0-1 pitch. Hit down to first. Only plays over to first with Nick covering. And that'll be 2 outs, but the runner's in scoring position now for Davy Jones. Jones, he got a base hit his first time up. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Jones, and he looks at it for strike 3. But the Tigers score 1 and lead this game 3-0 as we go to the top of the third. And we'll have Gibson, MADDOX, and back to the top of the order, and Bobby Byrne. And Gibson is 1 for 4. He batting .250 in the series. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Gibson. And that's going to be hit slowly down the third. That should be an easy play for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down. And that'll bring up Nick MADDOX, his first place appearance of the series. And we don't need no stinking DH. Let's see if he can help his own cause here, folks. And he hits that ball in the left field. That ball's traveling pretty good. Kiss it goodbye, baby. That's a home run. A 397 home run. Lead to 3-1. We don't need out of Detroit tonight. Let's take a look at this as Nick drives in the first run of the ball game for himself. And that's now 1 out, nobody on, and we're back to the top of the order. And Byrne is 0 for 1. Let's see if Bobby can keep this merry-go-round going. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Bobby. And that is hit down the first. He'll take it himself for out number 2. And now we got Tommy Leach. Tommy's 0 for 1 today. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Leach. And that ball's hit down the short. That should be an easy play down there. That'll end the inning, but not until Nick MADDOX, the pitcher himself, hits a home run, cuts it to a 3-1 ball game. We go to the bottom of the third. Detroit leading by 2. They'll have to give the team a chance to come back some more. Here's the first pitch to him. Ground ball down the Hornus Wagner. Over to first for out number 1. And that'll bring up Ty Cobb. Cobb 0 for 1 today. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Ty. And that ball is slow roller back to the mound. Over the first, and that's out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. And it brings up Sam Crawford. He hit the 2-run homer and the bottom of the first to give the Tigers RBIs. Sam Crawford is definitely pitched to Sam. And that's a slow grounder back to the mound. Nice play by Nick. Gets up, throws over to first, throws the ball away. The runner ends up at second. Let's take a look at that. Nick made a nice dive and stop. Probably should have just ate the ball. And he gets up and throws the ball away. So now the Tigers got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Jim Delaney. Delaney's 0 for 1 today. Crawford, great speed out there. With 2 outs, a single will score him easily. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And that's going to make this a 4-1 ball game. So the Tigers get that run right back. And now they lead again. That was by Nick. He hit the home run to get them back in the game, but then he gives it right back up. Delaney down at first for Moriarty. He's 1 for 1 today. And he's first pitch swinging. He drives that ball out to right field. And that'll end the inning. But the Tigers score one, make it a 4-1 ball game as we go to the top of the fourth. And the Pirates will send Clark, Wagner, and Miller up here. And Fred is 0 for 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Fred. And that's a base hit, Hornus Wagner. And Hornus Wagner is 0 for 1 today. Can he do something with Clark? And that ball is hit down the short. He knocks it down, but he won't have a play ever. And that'll bring the tying run up to the plate. And Miller is 1 for 1 today. He does have a home run in this World Series, folks. So they better be careful with him. Full count to Miller. And that's a ground ball down the short. Can they turn two? 6-4-3 double play. Now there's 2 outs and a runner down at third. What a big double play that was. Can Bill deliver here with Clark at third? Cut this lead in half. And he's first pitch swinging. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. That should end the inning. And the first 2 batters get aboard, but the Tigers get out of it with nobody scoring. To the bottom of the fourth we go. A 3-run lead for the Detroit Tigers. We got Jones, Smith, and Summers, the bottom part of the order due up here for the Tigers. Here's the pitch from Nick. 1-1 count on him. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. He'll take it himself for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down. And that'll bring up the Boss Smith. And Boss is 1 for 1 today, driven in a run. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Smith. And that brings up Ed Summers. Summers walked, I believe, his first time up. Let's take a look here. Here's the misses and strikeout number 3. And that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the 5th. The bottom part of the order due up there. Owens, Gibson, and MADDOX. And Owens, Wilson is 0 for 1 today. And here's the 3-2 pitch for us. So that's a lead. Trailing by 3. Brings up George Gibson. Gibson is 0 for 1 today. Wilson with great speed down at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's a line drive out into here. And that makes this a 4-3 ball game. Just like that. The Pirates are back in this game. We'll take a look at this again. Here's the replay of that home run. That ball was well hit, 400-foot home run. 2-run shot there. Run ball game now. Got the Tigers. Got themselves in a scrap. Still nobody out. And we're going to have a pitch hitter here. I'm surprised they're going through the bullpen already. And that'll be it for Nick as Ham Hewitt comes off the bench. He's 0 for 1. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ham. Hey, Aaron. And he strikes Ham out for out number 1. So he bounces back after the home run. So now Summers has got the top of the order, and Bobby is 0 for 2 today. And here's the 0-2 pitch to Byrne, and he strikes him out. So back-to-back strikeouts after giving up the 2-run homer. So now there's 2 down, nobody on for Tommy Leach. Tommy's 0 for 2, 0 for 9 in the series. He's looking for his first base hit. Pitch in Detroit. It doesn't say how long of a rain delay it was. And now Ed's going to stay in the pitch. And here's the 2-2 pitch to Leach. That's going to be a base hit up the middle. Tommy, how long they go with Ed after the rain here. And they're going to let him pitch to Fred Clark. Tommy down at first. Well, he'd take off and try to get in scoring position for Fred. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. And Fred pops this one up a mile high. This one will be wet with the skies opening up. That'll be out number 3. But the 2-run homer makes this a 4-3 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 1-run lead for the Tigers. And Sam Frook is going to come out of the bullpen. First appearance of the World Series. He'll be facing the top of the order. And Jones, Bush, and Cobb. And Davies 1 for 2 today. Down inside the line. And that'll be at least a double for Davy. He ain't monkeying around on the day. So Jones is aboard with a leadoff double. And the Tigers trying to get those runs right back. Here comes Donnie Bush. He's 0 for 2 today. And that ball is popped up behind home plate. And that'll be out number 1. We'll have to look at the replay here as that one out of screen shot. As Gibson makes the catch. So 1 down now. The runner's still down at second. And that'll bring up Ty Cobb. And Cobb is 0 for 2 today. I believe, if I remember correctly, he has struck out both times. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Cobb. He does get a piece of this one. And that's going to drop in for the 3. No, the runner holds at third. Surprised they held the runner up. So we got first and third now for Sam Crawford. And if you are a Pirates fan, this is not who you want up. Crawford is 1 for 2 today. He's 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And Crawford hits that ball down the third. They're coming home with it and gets the runner out at home. We'll take a look at that and keeps this a 1-run ball game. He pounces on it quickly, makes his mind up, and gets that ball into Gibson. He applies the tag. Second. And 2 outs now. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit. How big was throwing that runner out at the plate now? And that, he threw the runner out again. Let's take a look at this. We didn't get to see all that. I thought that was a base hit and it was bases loaded. So they've thrown 2 runners out in this inning, folks. Runners thrown out at the plate to keep this a 1-run game. The Pirates are flashing the leather today and the arms. So it's still a 4-3 ball game. as that was a nice throw out there by Wilson. Now we got Wagner, Miller, and Absting due up here for the Pirates. Wagner is 1 for 2 today, batting .500 in the series. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball in the left field first with a leadoff single. And that brings up Miller. And Miller's 1 for 2. Let's see if Wagner stays put down at first. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Miller, and he strikes out. 1 out, and Horn is still down at first. For Bill is 0 for 2. He's only 1 for 9. See if he can do some damage here. And that's going to be so Horness is still down at first with that leadoff single. And that'll bring up Wilson, who just made a nice throw. Is 0 for 1 today. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Wilson. He does have a homer in this World Series. And that ball is hit deep. That ball is hit far. And see how far he goes with this one. This ball game up, he stops at second. So Mr. Wilson's having a fine series for these Pittsburgh Pirates. And it's a 4-4 ball game. And the catcher George Gibson's up now. He is 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer today. See if George can drive in another run. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be out number 3. But Pirates score 1 on the double by Owens and tie this ball game up as we go to the bottom of the 6th. You got Moriarty, Jones, and Smith due up here. He's 1 for 2 today. Here's the first pitch to him. That's a ground ball down the short over the first. So that'll get the leadoff batter aboard, Hornus Wagner, with the error. So Moriarty down at first for Tom Jones. Nobody out. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Jones. He squares and bunts. That's back to the mound. They go down the second, and they get the lead runner. How about that? We'll take a look at that again. He pounces off the mound, fires down the second, and gets the lead runner. There's 1 out. A runner still at first, and Smith's up. And Smith is 1 for 2 today with an RBI. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Boss. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. That might score a run out itself. See if the Pirates bring the infield in here. And they do. And that'll bring up a pitch hitter. Charlie O'Leary comes out. That'll be it for Ed Sun. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Charlie O'Leary. And that's going to make it through the drawn in infield. And at least 1 run of score. And just like that, the Tigers. And now you got 1 out, and O'Leary down at first for Davy Jones. Jones is having a good game. He's 2 for 3 today. And off to the base. So now gets rid of the double play, ground ball double play. And now it's Davy Jones at the plate with a runner in scoring position. And here's the one up. Flicks that ball into center field for out number 2. Now you got Mr. Bush up. Bush is 0 for 3. O'Leary still standing down there at second. And Bush hits that ball on the ground down to Wagner. He fires over the first. That'll end the inning. But the Tigers come back and score 2 to go. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Frook for the Tigers. Comes off the bench. He's 1 for 1 in this World Series. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ed. And that's going to be another base hit. So he's doing a. And we're back to the top of the order and Bobby Byrne. And Bobby's struggling in this series. He's 0 for 3 today and 1 for 11. You desperately need Bobby to start getting 3, folks. Now there's 1 out. Runner still down at first. And that'll bring up Tommy Leach. And Tommy's also struggling in this series. He does have a hit today. Tommy do some damage with Ed down at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Leach. So now you got the tying run at the plate and a runner in scoring position. And here's the 3-2 pitch to Leach. So now tying runs down at first. The go-ahead run comes to the plate. And it'll be Mr. Clark. And Clark's having a nice series and a nice day. He's 1 for 3. And he keeps it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Fred hits that ball in the Lornis Wagner to deliver here with 2 outs. And Hornis is 2 for 3 today. Here's the man. And he takes strike number 3. And they strike Hornis Wagner out, folks. And that'll win the 6th for Detroit. And Sam Lever comes out of the bullpen. This is Sam's second appearance of the series. He's pitched 2 innings, given up 1 hit, walked for pitch to Ty Cobb. Be out now 7th. And up to the plate now is Sam Crawford. He's 1 for 3 today with a 2-run homer. Here's the pitch to Crawford. And that's going to be hit out in the right field. That'll be out number 2. Wilson makes another nice play out there. 2 up and 2 down. That brings up Jim Delaney. Delaney having a great game. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Delaney. Down the second, over to first for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 goes to Tigers. We go to the top of the 8th. Tigers holding on to a 6-4 lead. They got Miller, Obstain, and Wilson here in the top of the 8th against Ralph Works. And that's going to be ball number 4. So the Pirates get the tying run to the plate with a leadoff walk. Can Bill deliver here? He's 1 for 10 in the series. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Bill. And that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Gets a runner in scoring position now for Mr. Wilson. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI in this game. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Wilson. And that's going to be hit in the center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. The runner's going to come around the top of the plate. Pirates trying to come back and win game number 3 and take a 3-0 lead. You got George Gibson up. He is 1 for 3 today with a 2-run homer. Wilson down there at first with excellent speed. Here's the full count to George. And that's going to be another base on balls. And Works is having trouble finding the strike zone. And that is his 3rd walk of the game. And now we'll have a pitch hitter here for Sam Lever. Patty O'Connor comes off the bench. His play appearance. O'Connor. And O'Connor hits that ball down the second. They'll fire down the second. The throw gets away and everybody's safe. So an error, big call error here for the Tigers. Loads the bases up with only 1 out, and to the top of the order we go. And Bobby B is struggling, but a base hit here will wipe out everybody's memory of this. Base is juiced, 1 out. Everywhere you look, there's a Pirate. Wilson pitched to Burn. He's first pitch swinging. And that's going to be hit down the third. They're going to come home with it and over to first. And that's going to be the old dreaded 6-2-3 double play. Bases loaded. No, 1 out. And they get nothing out of it. The Pirates. But what could have been, what could have been. We go to the bottom of the 8th, the bottom part of the order due up as Chick Brandom comes out of the bullpen. This is Chick's 2nd appearance of the series. George. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short for out number 1. That's going to be an error. The Pirates can't afford to give up any runs here in this 8th inning. Tom Jones is up now with a runner down at first. And here's the pitch to Jones, and that ball is low. And so Mordecai down at second, nobody out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be hit in the center field for out number 1. Runner will hold down there at second. Moriarty's got enough speed to come around the score on a single. And that brings up Smith 3 with an RBI today. Here's the full count to Smith. And he leaves that ball in the left fielder, still standing down at second. And that brings up Matty McIntyre comes off the bench to pitch hit. 2 outs, a runner down at second, a 2-2 count to Matty. And that's going to be a ground ball for out number 3. And the Tigers strand one. We go to the top of the ninth. The Pirates need one to run to keep this game alive. They got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. Leach, Clark, and Wagner. And we got Ed Wilt coming in. He's pitched 4 innings, given up 2 hits, 2.50 ERA in this series. And he swings and misses. That's out number 1. Pittsburgh now has Fred Clark at the plate. Clark's 1 for 4 today. Excuse me. As Ken Castro joins us here today. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Down there at first for a 1 out. And that brings up the man, Hornus Wagner. He's 2 for 4 today. Fine run down at first. Go ahead run at the plate. Here's the pitch to Hornus. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. They fire down the second over to first. And that ends the ball game. The Tigers win. And now the series is 2-1. What a great game. Take a look here at the box score. Yeah, 5 runs on 11 hits and 3 errors. The Tigers 6. Wilson with 2 for 3 with a homer. You also had Nick MADDOX, the pitcher, was 1 for 1 with a solo homer. You had 8 men left on base. Pittsburgh had their chances. And remember some of the nice plays out there in the outfield by Wilson. And I believe it was Clark throwing runners out played, or what could have been. Davy Jones was 2 for 4 for the Tigers. Jim Delaney was 2 for 4. You had home runs by Sam Crawford. Crawford is hitting the cover off the ball for these Tigers. He was 1 for 4 today with 2 RBIs. He's batting .455. Nick MADDOX goes 4 innings, gives up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, walked 3, gave up 1 homer. And Fruck comes in, picks up the loss, pitches 2 innings, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs. Sam Lever comes in, pitches an inning, and Brandom comes in and pitches an inning. And for the Tigers, Ed Summers goes 6 innings, picks up the win, 8 hits, 4 runs, and walked 1, struck out 6. Works comes in, pitches 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, walked 3, struck out 2. And Ed Will comes in, picks up the save, 1 inning, 1 hit, and struck out 1. Let's take a look here, see what the pitching matchup will be for game number 4. And it'll be here in Detroit. LaField going up against George Mullen. George is 0-1 in the series. Pirates. Will the Tigers win at home and even this series up? Or will the Pirates take a 3-1 lead? I want to thank Ken Castro and Aaron Reed for stopping by today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out, hit that like button and leave a comment. And until next time, you all have a great day and take care.